in the laptop. Because I'll get disconnected from the mobile. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome to all. So I hope you all today came to know how to chant, but please do continue. Not that only in the mornings you chant, later part you don't chant. Whenever you get time, you chant. That purifies our heart. Okay? Yes. So now let us start with the chapter 1. Okay. Yes. See what is happening. We are not able to maintain the time. It takes a huge time, and we want to convey much message in this, especially one chapter in 1 hour. We already passed with 6-7 minutes here. So we want to teach how to learn. So we need the process also to be done. So by your, definitely see if you're not chanting, and if you're not, for example, this Mangalacharan prayers, if you're not chanting, and Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you're not chanting. That means heart is not getting purified. You're not qualified to receive the message of the Lord. So this is mostly. So see, there is a gulf of difference. A person who is chanting and hearing, a person without chanting is hearing. It will be material knowledge. Person who is surrendering to the Lord, who is accepting the holy name of the Lord, chanting, taking a humble position, it's a spiritual knowledge. The words might be the same, but it's a gulf of difference in the understanding. It depends on which position are you now. Clear? Okay, now, first let us start with the Mangalacharan prayers. Please join with me. Hold your hands. Everyone, please turn on the videos as much as possible. If you have some services, fine. If you don't have anything, please turn on the video. Exclusively this 1 hour you give for this. Okay. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Ishtapadaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namini Nama Acharya Padaya Nitakrapapadaya Nagoragata Damadaya Nagaragramatane Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Grim Yat Kripatamaham Mandeshi Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam. So as usual, we can thank and show our gratitude to his divine grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya Society. Prabhupada ki Jai. Today is the first chapter, and under this chapter we are going to see under the acronymy and this scenario in which Gita was spoken, the all-auspicious Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord protects his devotees and miseries of life. All these topics will be covered in today's session. So as every day I start with a small story. See, the very thing is, we start with Kirtan, chanting, then Mangalacharan. It creates auspiciousness. Then with a small story, it refreshes us. It makes us more attentive. By hearing a story, it becomes more attentive in hearing. So I'll start with a small story. So today's story I'll say about Bhagavad Gita. So once what happened, there was a spiritual master and a disciple by name Govinda. He joined the ashram So spiritual master made him to be in that ashram. And he said, he's a traveling preacher. So he said, I want to go out, I'll be going. But one instruction he gave him, that every day you should read Bhagavad. This is my instruction to you. You should and must do this. He said, yes, my dear spiritual master, I will follow your orders. He just gave and he left and went. So what he did, he was reading this Bhagavad Gita and he had only 2 pairs of clothes. So one he wears and one he washes and puts on dry. So there was a rat in the ashram. Once the rat has bitten his clothes, he thinks, oh Krishna, it is disturbing me a lot. I'm not able to focus on reading Bhagavad Gita because I'm always seeing where is this rat will come and bite my clothes. So what should I do now? He thinks and finally thinks, oh, the solution for this for this rat is cat. Let me purchase a cat. He purchased a cat and now he's free from the problem of this rat. Then he thinks after in the very first day, second day, that cat is started screaming, meow, 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 because without food, how can the cat be? So the cat need milk now. He thinks now what to do? What the solution is? Oh, we need a milk. So let me buy a cow. So he takes a cow. And this meow meow sound is smaller, but the amba sound is more. So now the cow is screaming because it needs food. It needs grass. Where will he go? No time to read now, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, finally you think what to do now? See, cat needs milk. Cow needs grass. To take care of all this, I need a wife. So let me get married. Woman is there, everything will be taken care. So he got married. Okay, now this scream becomes small. Now wife screaming will be more now. What she needs now? She needs the association of the husband. Then okay, I need a child. Oh, is it? Okay, fine. He is in the process. Now he has become a Pakka Grahastha now. So this went on for years. Then his spiritual master one day came. He saw a person who was sitting under the tree and he is seeing his ashram. He became surprised. What is this? There is dog, there is cat, there is cow, and some ladies are all there. Some kids are all playing here. Is this ashram or what is this? And he is not able to see his disciple, Govinda. One person was sitting under a tree. He asked, I had a disciple by name Govinda. Did you know who is he? And at once seeing this, he stood up and he gave a posted obeisances. My dear spiritual master, I am Govinda. You're Govinda. What is this? What happened to my ashram now? He said, no, I'm just following your instructions. My instructions? What instruction did I give you? Reading Bhagavad Gita. So I wanted to comfortably read Bhagavad Gita without disturbance. Rat was disturbing me. I arranged with the cat. Cat was disturbing. I arranged with the cow. Cow was disturbing. I arranged with my wife. And she also was disturbing. No, now the ashram is filled with... Okay, where is Bhagavad Gita? Huh? Bhagavad Gita. Oh, on that day somewhere I kept, Master, please wait, I'll get it. He ran inside the ashram. Understood? This is a story for you. Many times we want to do something, some instructions has come to do. To do that, we just get deviated in like this without our knowledge. That is our world atmosphere now. We want to do something. The deviations are so many. This at least he had only one deviation of a rat. But we have hundreds of deviations. We just go away somewhere. We don't even be in spiritual, but we'll think that, oh, I'm in spiritual. Somewhere I'm a very good person or something. No. Unknowingly, we are committing many mistakes and many sinful activities. In this way, we are getting binded in this material. Okay. So we need a spiritual master who guides us. Without guidance, without a spiritual master, reading Bhagavad Gita is also of no use. Okay. Yes. So let us all be focused. That's why I'm saying without chanting, you cannot understand. That's absolute. That's it. There's no other alternative for this. Whatever you try without chanting, without becoming a devotee, try to understand Bhagavad Gita, you can never understand. The great people also, they were not able to understand Bhagavad Gita. They gave their interpretation of their own understanding. You can understand Krishna says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavani asmi tattvata. Yesterday in the introduction itself, I explained almost all the things in there. Now let us start the chapter. And see, every day you'll be having this kind of a acronym. In this acronym, it will be very easy for you to understand what chapter speaks about. Today, acronym is doubt, D-O-U-B-T, doubt. Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, omniscience results, uncertainty, bewilderment, and turning point. These are the points you are going to see. So we'll start with the first verse. And see, First verse, I'll explain little briefly to you because you'll understand the one verse has so much of message in it. But we cannot go in this way. We can go only based on the topics so that we take the essence of it and try to implement in our day-to-day life. Okay, this is how you'll be able to understand Bhagavad Gita and transformation. Then later part, you can go with the verses, go with the in-depth meaning, all those things. In the very beginning, just reading verses, it's of no use. Many will be, you can see many of them who recite all the 700 verses, and many will be memorizing all the, somewhere around 100 verses will be memorized. What's the use in that? Just reading verses, what is the use? Without knowing the meaning and how to implement in the life. Clear? Yes. So let us go with the first verse here. Dhutarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamagah pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. It starts with Dhutarashtra. Dhutarashtra uvacha. Here Dhutarashtra said. Dhutarashtra is asking, whom he is asking? Oh Sanjaya. You know that? Dhritarashtra was a blind person and he's asking Sanjaya. So there's a story behind this you should understand. So Sanjaya had a divine vision, and this vision was been given by his spiritual master Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva comes and Dhritarashtra wanted to see in the battlefield what is happening. So he gave this divine vision to Sanjaya, who was his disciple. So now Dhritarashtra is asking and Sanjaya is able to say what is happening in the battlefield, sitting in the kingdom inside the palace. Clear? And what you do know, you should understand what is the divine vision. For example, have you seen some cricket match, football match in the TV? Somewhere it is going on in US, America, or somewhere in Australia, some country, something is going on. Live, you will be able to see it. How you are able to see? There are some 4-5 cameras has been fixed and it is lively visible to you. Clear? And depends on the person which camera is making it activate and you are able to see that. But don't think it is the same thing with Sanjaya. Sanjaya, the divine vision means you should think somewhere it is lakhs and lakhs of cameras have been fixed. He is able to see that. And when Dhritarashtra is asking, now where is Duryodhana? He says, he is in this place. And where is Bhima? Oh, he is fighting here. And what is happening in the this thing, the kutir, the residence place? This is the thing is happening. And this divine vision is so subtle. You can even say the heart of the person, what is he doing? What he is thinking now to do? Before the action, he could recognize and he can say, that is divine vision. Just imagine. If we all have such kind of a divine vision, how can our life be? How could we live? We can know what is going to happen in our life. So those days, because they were surrendered to the Lord, they were pure devotees, their heart was pure, so they had such kind of great powers. Okay, now let us come to the topics. Now Sanjaya is available. Now what Dhritarashtra, you can see here the mindset of Dhritarashtra. What is he asking? Dharma kshetre Kuruksetra, the very first point. The place of the battle is known as Kuruksetra, but he's saying here as Dharma kshetra. Why is saying that as Dharma kshetra? You know? There is a pastime behind that. Yesterday I was saying about Kuru Maharaj. I'll say something tomorrow. So Kuru Maharaj was a great devotee. So he was ruling this place of Hastinapura. And he was so great, he wanted to do something special to his subjects. So what he did, he meditated on the Lord, and finally he requested Lord Shiva for the Nandi, and he requested Yamadharmaraja for Paundraka, the ox or bull, what do you say, buffalo. And he started plowing the land with the golden plow. He is plowing the land and he is cultivating. Everyone is astonished. What is he doing? Then all the devatas from the Swargalok, from the heavenly planet, they came to him. They were asking, what are you doing? So then here, Kuru Maharaj is saying, I'm cultivating all the 8 righteous things. What is that? Tapasya, Satya, Kshama, Daya, Shaucham, Dana, Yoga, and Brahmacharya. All this I'm trying to cultivate in my kingdom. Everyone started laughing. How can you cultivate this? Just everyone left and went. The later part, seeing his endeavor, even Lord Vishnu came there. He asked, what are you doing? He replied the same thing. And he said, where are you going to get the seeds? Then he said, all the seeds are within my body. The 8 great the qualities he had, personally he was possessing it. Said, the seeds is in my body. Then Lord Vishnu wanted to test him. He said, can I, what I can say, help you in this? He said, yes, you can help me. How? By cutting your body to small pieces like seeds and applying that to sowing in the land so that you'll get a result. He said, okay. First, he gave his left hand. The left hand was cut to small pieces with the help of Sudarshan Chakra. The Lord is testing his disciple. He gave his left hand, then the right hand, then one more leg. Whole body was given. Finally, his head. He gave the head. Yes, this also can be utilized as. And Lord was very much pleased by this. Once again, by his mercy, he made his, as usual, he asked, what boon you need? Then he said, my land should become a Dharmakshetra. It should become with this 8 virtuous qualities. Whoever takes birth here, whoever dies here, they should be liberated from this material. The Lord was very pleased. He gave this boon and he asked, you ask something more. For yourself, you ask. Then he said, okay, this place should be recognized by my name. That's why it became Kuruksetra. It was such a great place. Even the demigods, even the devatas from the heavenly planet used to come here for doing some sacrifice and many other yajnas. And such a place was this. And Bhishmadeva has chosen this place because whoever dies in the battle, they'll be liberated. Now Dhritarashtra is asking, Dharma Kshetre Kuruksetre Samaveta Yutsavaha. So the both have gathered. Samaveta Yutsava. Who's that? Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. He's just separating Pandavas and his sons from the Kuru dynasty, is separating the Pandavas. He's saying, Mamaka, my children, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Imakuruvata Sanjaya. What did they do? Sanjaya, what are they doing? And you know one thing? For example, if somebody is gathering in a battlefield, what will they do? For example, I'll invite you to a house for a lunch. After keeping the plate and serving, if somebody asks, I'm saying this to somebody, if they ask, what did you do later? What will he do? He'll eat. Correct? Who are gathered in the battlefield, they'll fight. But why is this question? So that you can understand the mindset of a Dhritarashtra's mindset. Here, you should know, that is why we say, with the help of a spiritual master and acharyas, we'll be able to understand this Bhagavad Gita, not just by reading. Just by reading this verse, what you are going to understand? Oh, Sanjay, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage of Kuruksetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Something you are reading and going. There's so many confidential things to understand in this. Now, this person, the Dhritarashtra, is such a, what I can say, adharmic person. He wants his sons to win. And because of this place, because it is Dharmakshetra, it might influence Pandavas because they are righteous. So it might influence them. So what did they do? Once they might compromise, or even Duryodhana might compromise without fighting because of the influence of the land. And he is scared that this land will be favorable to Pandavas because they are righteous. So what happened? This is very curious. He wanted the battle to be fought and the Pandavas to die. From the young age of their Pandavas, he was trying to kill them in many ways. This is the mindset of Dhritarashtra. In this way, when you take one verse, there's so many things to understand from each verse. So we don't have much time to have such kind of discussion. So we'll go with the basic based on the topics and understand the essence of Bhagavad. Okay? Why I'm saying this one verse? So that you should understand, oh, there's many things to know in life. Now what I'm going to learn in this 18 days is only the essence, the cream. something like a ghee from the milk. But there are many things to know. When you go in depth, you'll understand many more things. Yeah. Now let us go with this. Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. The Dhritarashtra's mindset and Duryodhana's mindset. Doubtful, fearful, partial. This was the what I can say, qualities of Dhritarashtra. He was doubtful what will be the outcome of the battle, and he was fearful also. Oh, because it might influence Pandavas. Then partial, is showing the partiality, that is, Pandavas are different, and my sons belong to Kaurava. Actually, everyone belonged to the Kuru dynasty. And Duryodhana's mindset, will see, that is diplomatic and inner. It will come. Inner fear, it will come. See. And Dharmakshetra. Kurukshetra is sacred place of pilgrimage. Here we discuss this. Holy influence, compromise. It might lead even to compromise, but Dhritarashtra don't want to be compromised. And Dharma, law of land. Because the land itself is Dharma, it is righteous. Definitely it will be influential to righteous people like Pandavas. Simple understanding. For example, you take an example of a pilot and a doctor. You make a doctor to fly a flight. Can you do that? Even having so much of education, becoming a doctor and more things, he cannot do that because it is not his field. And you cannot get a pilot, even if he is such a great personality. He can even fly everyone to the sky, but still, you ask him to do some surgery, can you do? No, because it is not his field. The same way, the land is Dharmakshetra. So people like Pandavas, it is favorable to them. Actually, Bharata Bhumi is Dharmakshetra. Whoever takes birth in this land of Bharata Bhumi, whoever dharmic, it influences them. But when we become adharmic, really we'll have to see the consequences. We have to face the problem. Today we are miserable life because of our attitude and our activities that we are. Clear? Yes, let us go. Partial to his own sons. Only his sons as Kuru and not Pandavas, and mentality of me and mine. This is the most dangerous thing in our life, is me and mine. It binds us so much in this material world. Life lesson. Material security and resources do not guarantee success and fearlessness. You can accumulate how much ever wealth you need, but never you can expect any guarantee of success in life, or even fearlessness. Many people, you can see they're so much rich, but they are not happy. But by our ignorance, we think that, oh, this might help me. Becoming a rich man will help me. It will guarantee me security. I'll be safe. No. But they always will be with scare. What will happen? Then many stories come by. I don't get the time here. So once there was a person, he has a very big bungalow. And always he's scared. He's locking all his doors with door locks and many things. Whenever there's some dogs are barking outside, in the night all will not sleep. Oh, some thieves might come. They might attack me or something in this way. But always he sees there is a small hut below, next to his house. That person is going for day-to-day labor. And he is coming in the night and very happily, after lighting his lamp, he is singing the holy names of the Lord. He is doing some bhajans. Happily he thinks, I have so much of wealth, I am not. This person day-to-day is working, and how can he be happy? So let me test. So he takes a bag of gold coins and goes and drops into that hut. Next day, he's saying, this person, he comes out, he lights the lamp, and he's just offing the light. He's coming out. He is just, what I can say, circumambulating his hut. He's seeing that side, this side. This person is happy. Oh, I've got a company. So many days I was doing this. Now a person who's in the hut, he is also doing. And after a week time, when it was on Ekadashi, this person once again he started doing this bhajans and kirtans. He's happily leading his life. This person became a little doubtful. What happened? Once again, he is happy now. He goes there and he asks, what happened? This in the past 1 week, you were a little disturbed. He said, I don't know, some fool, he brought 1 bag of gold coins and kept in my hut. In this 1 week, I was struggling how to protect that. And today it's Ekadashi. It's a day of the Supreme Lord. I thought all my problems is because of this bag of gold coins. I took this gold coins and just dropped in the river. I'm very happy. Understood? Because we have this wealth in this, to protect that, we are facing many, as reading Bhagavad Gita, rat problem to be solved by cat, cat will be solved by. In this way, we get involved in many things without knowing the purpose of human life. We don't know why we are taken birth also now, isn't it? Every day, something like donkeys, we work hard from day morning to night. As soon as the day sees, many will not turn on their videos also. Why? They'll be doing, they're in a hurry now. Preparation, tiffin or something, going, sending their kids, or they are going to office, something all like this. No peaceful life. In those days, they were so peaceful because they understood the purpose of life. And life lesson 2, when the individual becomes self-centered and is primarily interested in selfish gain and personal aggrandizement, then fear, anxiety, and disappointment are inevitable. You cannot come out of this fearfulness, anxiety, and disappointment. Can you see in this picture what is happening? This small girl is saying in the mirror and she is happy. Do you think she's happy? No. She is thinking that, oh, I am so beautiful. I have to maintain this. I'm getting a one pimple in my face. I should apply some cream to maintain my body. I want to show to everyone what I am not. I'm getting old. My skin gets shrinked. That is the nature. I'm not ready to accept the truth. So she's struggling like anything. She's not happy. Even being beautiful, you'll not be happy because you're fearsome that tomorrow I may not be beautiful. I have to maintain my beauty. The same way, every activity we are doing in the same way. We want to maintain, or we want to see what I'm not. Definitely of such kind of self-centered, I should be the center. Everyone should see me. Everyone should recognize me. This kind of attitude brings fear in us, anxiety. And finally, it is disappointment, because what we want, we are not able to achieve it. Then it's disappointment. Bhagavad Gita teaches us reality. What is life? How should we lead our life and how to be happy? Actual happiness is not in this. Actual happiness is not by hair dyeing or getting makeup or decorated, showing to everyone. In Kannada also there's a proverb like, how much mat is there? Only so much you have to stretch your legs. Chape iddastu kanachach. It's very clear. Not that you just drag this thing mat. What happens? It gets torn. The same way our life also gets torn. Be happy in what we are. There is no fear. Fear actually comes next. Let's see the next slide. Now let us see the mindset of Duryodhana. Duryodhana's action. Diplomacy and inner fear. That's why we need acharyas, the explanation to understand what is the mood. Actually, they have read all this Mahabharata, Ramayana, everything. They know each and everything. When it comes to Bhagavad Gita, they'll explain to us, oh, this is the mindset of Duryodhana. That is why he is speaking this. See here. Paschaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimatha. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Actually, his name is Dushtadyumna, who is the commander-in-chief to the Pandavas, who has done all this arrangement of the army. But here, Duryodhana is saying, Drupada's son. Why is using the name of Drupada? Because he wants to agitate Dronacharya, his spiritual master. Actually, there is a history behind this. There is a story like. So, Dronacharya, who is the spiritual master of Duryodhana, actually, we shouldn't even stand, or what I can say, sit in front of spiritual master. You have to be always in a humble position. But you can see the attitude of Duryodhana. He is finding faults in his spiritual master also. He's saying, so there is a history behind what happens when Dronacharya and Drupada, they both were friends in their childhood. They were learning this archery and all this with with Bharadwaj. Bharadwaj is the spiritual master for both of them and is the father of Dronacharya also. Yeah. So they were learning. During that time, this Drupada gives a word to Dronacharya. When I become elder and I become a king, I'll give you half of my kingdom to you. A small talk. And after that, they grown up once again. Dronacharya was what I can say, Brahmana. He was very poverty-stricken. And Drupada, he became a king of Panchal nation. Then here, very poverty-stricken life this Dronacharya is leading. He had a son by name Ashwatthama. He was not able to feed him with milk also. Then Krupi, his wife, he says, you have a friend by name Drupada. Why can't you go and ask for some help? One cow you can ask. Then he recognizes, yes, in the young age itself, he has given a word that he'll give me half of the kingdom. Let me go and ask. So he'll come to an assembly where filled with many kings. He'll come there and he'll start claiming to Drupada that, oh, Drupada, I am your friend Dronacharya. In the young age itself, he had given me a word that he'll give half of the kingdom. Now you can give me not even half the kingdom, at least a cow you can give me. Something like that. It was something like an insulting way. Like, so the way he approached also was not good. And even Drupada's attitude also was not good. There's a small mistake conflict among the two. And then Drupada said, what kind of a fool are you? He chastised him like anything. You're claiming me to be your friend. Friends should be always in equals. I am a great king and you are a poverty-stricken Brahmana. You are claiming me to be your friend. And in the childhood, many things we speak. And how can you take all those things as seriously? He just insulted and he just sent him. In later part, Dronacharya comes out. He teaches to this Kauravas, that is Pandavas and Duryodhana, all the team. He teaches all the what I can say, the martial arts and the archery, everything he has taught. And finally, as Guru Dakshina, he asks, yes, you go and get this Drupada, tie him and get him to me. That is the Guru Dakshina. Then first Duryodhana goes, anyhow, is defeated. And Drupada is not an ordinary person, you know. He is the disciple of Bharadwaj. He knows this Chakravyu and many other things. It is not so easy to defeat him. And finally, it was Arjuna who defeated him and finally tied him and dragged him to the feet of his spiritual master Dronacharya. Now Dronacharya says that, see, you did not keep up your word, but now I will keep up my word. Now all your possession, whole kingdom is at my lotus feet, at my feet. I have the possession of everything, but still I'll give you half of the kingdom. He gives half of the kingdom to Drupada and half of the kingdom he gives to his son Ashwatthama. Then now this grudge is within the Drupada. Now he does a sacrifice, yajna, praying for a son who can kill Dronacharya. And in that yajna, this Dushtadyumna, in that fire sacrifice, Dushtadyumna comes as the result of that yajna. Then he thinks, to fight with Dronacharya, he has to cross his disciple Arjuna. How to defeat Arjuna? Is such a great personality, he has defeated even me. So let me have a daughter. So that daughter was Draupadi. He got married to Arjuna, so that Arjuna will be my side. This is a thing. Like. So later part, what happened? Dushtadyumna has to be sent to a spiritual master for the education. The whole world, there was not a qualified, what I can say, spiritual master like Dronacharya. No one were there like. Then Drupada brings Dushtadyumna to Dronacharya to teach all the martial arts. And Dronacharya was a Brahmana. This is the quality of a Brahmana. He knows very well the birth of this Dushtadyumna is to kill me. But still, he followed his dharma, that is Brahminical dharma, to teach his knowledge to his disciple. He accepted him as a disciple and he taught all the martial arts, everything, even how to kill Dronacharya, which astra can be killed, which is the position that he can kill. All the knowledge was Dushtadyumna. That is the greatness of a Brahmana. Many times we don't know what is Brahmana, no? This is called Brahminical. So he's always dependent on the Lord. He's not afraid of. He is fearless because he is always on the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And now Duryodhana. Duryodhana is a materialistic person. He is finding faults in that. See, you made a mistake by educating this person, Dushtadyumna. Now, today he is standing against us and is doing the arrangement of this army. Clear? He's finding faults in the spiritual master. That was the attitude of Duryodhana. Diplomacy. Duryodhana, although mentioned as king, goes to the commander. He's a king, but still he's going because that is the seriousness. Now he's scared. First he thought, Array, Pandavas, they were banished to the forest. Now they have come. What will they fight against me? He did not even give 5 villages to them, It's a great story. You have to know Bhagavad to understand more on this. He did not give even 5 villages to them because he was so puffed up and so confident that very easily I can defeat them. But now they had gathered 7 Akshoinis and he had 11 Akshoinis, but and seeing the arrangement, it was more than 11 Akshoinis. The arrangement was so wonderfully done. Now he is scared. Even being a king, he is coming to the commander and he is asking. Then ask for everyone's support for Bhishma. And this is another thing. He says, he asks the help from everyone for Bhishma. There one verse also comes there. It is said, Aparyaptam. One word comes in that, Aparyaptam. He says to everyone that, oh, see, that is his cunningness and the wording, how he uses it. Aparyaptam, the meaning of Aparyaptam is, it is huge, it is unmeasurable, that is it. Meaning of Aparyaptam is unmeasurable. So our power under the commandership of Bhishma, it is unmeasurable, it is very powerful. That should be the understanding to Bhishma. But for others, Hare, Bhishma is an old person. How can we be protected? Our army power is very insignificant, unmeasurable. So he's asking help from all the Kshatriyas. See, one word, it should have 2 meanings. Bhishma should understand it the way and others should understand it. That was the nature of Duryodhana. We shouldn't be like Duryodhana. Many times we use this way. I'll speak something in the front, something behind. I'll use some words so that one should be pleased, one should be hurted. Isn't it? This is all the nature of a Asuric, demonic person like Duryodhana. We should learn from this Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita, everything, how to be a dharmic person, not an adharmic person. Yeah? Okay, enough here. Points out Drona's mistake, we know that. Then study names of warriors on both sides. He's saying the names of warriors on the both sides and envious of Bhima. From the young age, is envious of this Bhima. So why is using the name Bhima? Because he has so much of enmity towards him. In the young age itself, they poisoned him with some Kalakuta poison, very dangerous poison, and threw him into a lake, Sarovar. So that much was the envious. And see one more thing. When we have taken the shelter of the Supreme Lord, he will protect us in every position, wherever you see. They wanted to kill Bhima. He was fed with that Kalakuta poison in a this thing in a kheer, and they threw him into the lake. And there was many poisonous snakes. It started biting Bhima there. You know one thing, the thorn, when it is within our leg, a thorn can be removed by another thorn, isn't it? The same way, poison, and the poison makes it curable. So finally, he had a relationship with because it's a big story, like Madri was related to them in that way. Then finally, that Nagadevata, he was pleased with Bhima. They gave 1 bowl of kheer to drink, and 1 bowl contained 1,000 elephants' strength. And Bhima, everyone, he's ferocious eater there. He started drinking many, so almost 10 he drank. So he got 10,000 elephants' strength. Actually, Duryodhana wanted to kill him, but he came back 10,000 elephants' strength. That is the mercy of the Supreme Lord. When we take the shelter, when we become devotees, anyhow, yesterday who attended the yesterday's session, you'll be coming to know how just by taking Krishna, there was need of 2 Akshoini, but just by taking Krishna, the victory was to Pandavas. So how much we are dependent on Krishna, how much we are dependent on the Lord, how much we are surrendering to him, that much we are protected. Yeah? Yes. Now, the omniscience results, signs of victory. Before the battle started, the victory sign has been shown here. religious place. First thing we have discussed this. The place is religious place, Dharma Kshetra. Definitely it will be influential on Pandavas because they are righteous. Yeah. Then Krishna's personal presence confirms victory. And Krishna, who is Krishna? Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, the supreme personality of Godhead. His presence, how can there be any defeat? Okay? Yes, definitely there is victory to Pandavas. Then transcendental conch shells. The conch shell which they were blowing, it is transcendental, it is divine. In the next slide it will come, you should see there. The Kauravas' hearts were shattered by the sound of this conch. And it is said, when Bhishmadev blew his conch shell, it is said as Simmanadam. Simmanadam means it is something like a roaring of a lion. It was so great, But there was no impact on Pandavas. They had not get shattered because they had taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord. Lord's lotus feet is in their heart. The presence of the Lord in their heart. How can it be any effect to them? But definitely, Bhishmadev's blowing of the conch shell was something like Simmanadam. It was roaring like a lion. But no impact on Pandavas. But when Pandavas blew their conch shell, all the Kauravas' heart was shattered. They felt before the battle started itself, they were defeated. They lost all their confidence because they were scared now. For example, sometimes we hear a bigger sound. How do we feel? We get disturbed. No? It's that way. Before the fight itself, before the battle started itself, they were scared. Their heart was shattered because their conch shell blue was transcendental. It was penetrating the hearts of the enemies. Yeah. And then presence of Hanuman, another great thing is Hanuman is there. Where is he? He's sitting on the flag of Arjuna's chariot. There is a story behind this. Once, when the Pandavas were banished, they were in the forest. In the river, Draupadi gets a flower, that is 1,000-petaled lotus flower. And she requests Bhima, can I get one more flower? Then Bhishma, you all know that, he's with 10,000 elephant strength. He says, why not, my dear Draupadi, I'll get for you. He just goes on the forest. And how he was going, see, when we don't have road, the road is left-hand side, we go to left turn. When the road is right turn, we go in the right turn. But Bhima, with so much of power, is not going to any direction like left and right. For example, there is a big tree against him. He just uproots the tree. He throws it and he just goes. No left and right, straight. He's just going with such a force. Even the wild animals of the forest were scared seeing him and they're scattered here and there. What happened while going on this? He saw a monkey, old monkey, lying down with a big tail. Then Bhima is thinking, why should I cross this tail? It is an insult to me. He says to the monkey, hey monkey, take out your tail. And that monkey says, I'm a very old monkey. Where I am able to take my tail? You please lift my tail and keep it aside and you can. What? I should lift your tail. He thinks that, see what I'll do now. He thought, let me lift this tail and rotate and throw to the sky. He started putting his left hand to lift. He was not able to do that. He tried his level best. Then he had his mace. He kept it in his side. He tried with his both hands. Both hands also was not able to lift the tail. Then finally he understood that that monkey was his brother, Hanuman. Who is his brother? Because both are Vayuputra. Vayuputra, the son of wind. So then finally he gives a prostrated obeisances and he surrenders to him. Then Hanuman shows his real form. It's a big story. Right? Then finally Hanuman was pleased by Bhima's service. Then he says, yes, I'll help you in the battle. How will I help you? See, wherever there is Lord, and Lord Ramachandra was there, he was there to help him. And here, Lord Krishna will be in the chariot of Arjuna. So I'll be sitting on the chariot. Oh, then how will he help me? When you're fighting, you start screaming, isn't it? So while fight, they scream, And while you scream, with your shout, with your sound, my sound will be joined yours. And it is said in the battlefield of Kuruksetra, Bhima screaming was so much, even many of these soldiers, without even fight, they by the heart attack, their heart broke by the sound of Bhima and they died in the battle. Because the sound of Bhima joined with the sound of Hanuman. That way is helping the battlefield. And when there is a presence of a devotee of the Lord, never there can be any defeat. So, presence of Hanuman, one more quality. Then the next, Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune. So, wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Lord Supreme, Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi's presence is there. And Krishna is there means Lakshmi is there. Goddess of fortune is there. How can there be any defeat? So victory is in the side of Pandavas. See, before the battle started itself, the victory has been assured. And then Agni Deva's chariot given to Arjuna. And this is a story, another thing. This special chariot, there can be no defeat to this chariot who is sitting on this chariot in the 10 directions. Once there was a forest by name Khandava. Then this Pandavas were banished and they did not give anything. Then finally they said, okay, we'll give a land, a barren land they gave. And that barren land was the forest of this Khandava. They want to do. Then only Pandavas did that, Indrapastha, all those things. Then Agni Dev comes and requests Arjuna, see, with by fire sacrifice, more of ghee I have drank. I have become indigestion. And there is some medicinal things in this Khandava forest. You burn that, you feed me, so it will become okay. I'll be cured from my indigestion. Then with the help of Arjuna, he was able to do that. But there was it's a big story, like there is a Mayadanava and there was a Takshaka also. There are many things like that. But he was pleased, Agni Dev. And Agni Dev became very pleased and finally gave a chariot as a gift. And that chariot has a special quality that whoever sits on the chariot, he cannot be defeated in all the 10 directions. Such a special chariot he had. So here you could easily make out the victory is in the Pandavas side. And one more thing you should understand here, the omniscience results. What is this omniscience? And those days they used to say that when you are going out, oh, cat is coming, please sit for a while. Nowadays we think that is also superstitious. Hey, we don't believe that, no? We think we are very modernized. No, it is truth. Even actually nature reciprocates to us, because we are so, what I can say, ignorant and so much manda buddhi we say. We are not able to see. That's why Shankaracharya says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam. Jagan Mityam, it's false. We are not able to see the truth. Actually, in those days, they were able to reciprocate with the nature. And even the rain. The nature used to reciprocate. There is 13 varieties of rain, Tunturu Male, Bittana Male, and so many, just sprinkling rain, because it was useful for the farmers. Those days, no borewells, no well, nothing. Just go, sow a seed, go to a Brahmana. Through that help of Panchanga, he'll say, this is the day you have to sow. He goes, sows. On that day, the rain, sprinkling rain comes, it will take care. The nature is taking care of everything. And nowadays, we need borewells, and so many things. We are struggling like anything, miserable life. Modernization, no? So miserable life. We are not reciprocating to the nature. We are against the nature. That means against the Lord. Yeah, okay. Now let us go further. There are many things to learn in our life. Okay, now we can come to the topic. Sagoshor Dhartarashtranam Rudayani Vedarayat Nabascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulo Bhayanunadayan. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Already explained that. Shattering of the hearts. Kaurava's heart shattered. Pandava's no shattering of hearts. Confidence in Krishna. Here, how is this? Simple thing to understand this is, for example, you take the shelter. As a small kid is taking the shelter of the father. When he wants to cross a road, there's so many vehicles coming, he'll be very much, what I can say, scared to cross that road. Once he takes the shelter of his father, very happily crosses. He's not worried at all. Let the car come, truck come, vehicle come, anything let it come, because he has taken the shelter of his father. He will cross him the road. Clear? The same way, Pandavas have taken the shelter of the Lord, so their heart has not been shattered. Clear? Now the question is, are we taking the shelter of the Lord? And here it is said, this last chapter's verse it is, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurkaraha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Tuva Nitir Matir Mama. Whenever there is Krishna, wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Sanjay is saying to Dhritarashtra in the last that wherever there is Yogeshwara Krishna, there is Krishna. And wherever there is a devotee like Arjuna, there cannot be any defeat. Automatically, all the great qualities, the opulence, victory, extraordinary power, morality, everything starts. Clear? So in our life, Krishna is there and devotees are there, is the question. Are we taking some association of the devotees, taking some guidance of the spiritual association of some spiritual master or a devotee, something like this? Then there will be presence of Lord. When we are taking the shelter of the Lord, definitely will be having all this kind of great qualities or the boon, that is the victory, opulence, extraordinary power. No defeat. See, Pandavas had a great struggle in their life, but always the victory was in their side. Clear? Yes. Life lesson. Our faith on Krishna, Lord Krishna, determines our degree of fearlessness. Pandavas were fearless. As much as you take the shelter of the Lord, you will become so much fearless. Krishna says, how much you take shelter of me, I will protect you so much. Clear? So here you should understand what is life, how to lead it. Anyhow, in coming days, you'll learn many things. The very first chapter itself is giving so much of knowledge and information to us. Take the shelter of the Lord, you will be protected. Even the nature will protect you. Forget about the Lord or anyone. Even the nature, many devotees, they experience. So no time to say all those things. Even ordinary devotees, even like me, gets experienced, because hardly we take a little bit of shelter of the Lord and Lord will protect us so much. So, only thing you have to experience, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitramidam, Pratyakshavangamam Dharmyam Susukumkar. You will personally experience. No way I will say and you will experience. That will never happen. You have to hold your beats and start chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Lord will reciprocate to you and you will experience it. When you want to taste sugar, you have to drop the sugar into your mouth. No one can explain the taste of sugar. Some will say sweet, but you don't understand what is sweet. How will you be able to understand it? Only thing you have to taste it. The same way, the spirituality, the relationship with the Lord, the reciprocation, you have to taste it. You have to experience personally. You cannot understand just by hearing. Clear? Yes. Now, uncertainty, hesitation to fight. Now Arjuna is becoming hesitant to fight because he has requested Arjuna, please take me to the center of the battlefield. Let me see who are all against us, who are ready to fight. And Krishna takes him just right opposite to Dronacharya and Bhishma Dev, his great grandfather and his spiritual master, against them. But I have to fight against them? No way. And then he's thinking here. Tan samiksha sakaunteya sarvan bandhun avastikan kripaya paraya vishto vishidanidam abraved. When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. As soon as seeing his friends, relatives, spiritual master, his great grandfather, all in the opposite team, they want to fight against him. And how could I fight against my great grandfather and spiritual master? Is getting bewildered. Why this bewilderment? Swachanam. Swachanam. What is swachanam? Me and mine. When we anything related to me, then I may not be able to do to my reality or the natural strength also. I cannot do it. A simple thing, example I'll give you to understand. For example, a newly married couple, you think. Okay, the husband is going to the work and the wife sends him off. After that, a phone call comes to her that there was an accident in front of the apartment. One big truck came and banged the vehicle, and that person is your husband. How she'll feel? She may not be able to hold her phone in hand. Not even a single word can come from her mouth. She's bewildered. Arey, my husband. What happened? The same thing, same security or whoever called her will say there was a great accident in front of our apartment. A great truck, bigger truck came and banged a vehicle. And that person is a person who is next apartment person. Who is it? Then how is her behavior like? And she says, oh, how this happened? Whose mistake was that? Isn't it? But once she recognized that that person is her husband, she is not even able to speak. The same thing is happening to Arjuna here. He was ready to fight. He's such a great archer, He's having Gandiva in his hand. He's having a special chariot, sitting on a special chariot. But what's the use? Once he sees this, he becomes attached to the bodily relationship. He's bewildered now. Swajanam, how could I fight? Life lesson 4. Arjuna decides to take shelter of Lord Krishna when he was in the bewildered state of mind. This comes in the second chapter. He takes the shelter of the Supreme Lord and he accepts him as a spiritual master, takes the guidance. And we are in this position in every day-to-day life. We are in the same way, struggling without able to take proper decisions. Are we taking any shelter of a spiritual master, anything like that? No. If you don't have guidance, how will you lead our life? A person who has already led that life, he should be guiding us. So we need a spiritual master. So I'll say in the 4th chapter it comes, how to accept a spiritual master. What is the quality of a spiritual master? Don't think whoever has worn a saffron dress, whoever is having some mark on his forehead and Rudrakshi on his neck or something, Tulsimala, whatever. They're all spiritual masters, or you can take guidance from them. No. There is a process. It is a parampara. First thing, he should be a disciple. He should be the disciple of his spiritual master. He should be completely surrendered to him. Then he'll be qualified to be a spiritual master. Nowadays, there are many booming spiritual masters or sadhus claiming themselves to be sadhus. And without having proper knowledge, we accept them. And finally, we will get cheated. Isn't it? And then finally, we say there is no spiritual, everyone are cheaters. You give this thing to everyone, like, because of our ignorance. We don't know to recognize, and finally we will claim something different. So first thing, we should know whom to get guidance, from whom we have to get the guidance, whose shelter should we take, all those things. Anyhow, in the coming days, we should have the patience to hear this. So day to day, many chapters, many things will be revealed to us. The 5th life lesson is when one lacks an understanding of his spiritual identity, that who am I, and his relationship with God. So what is the purpose of human life and the critical purpose behind this world? Why is this world behaving like this? Why is this happening to me? Why only to me? Many will ask this question. Why only to me? Why should I suffer? I'm such a great lady. I'm such a great person. Nothing I have done wrong in my life, but still I'm getting so many sufferings. Why is this? No, this person is breaking his head on the wall because he did not have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. I don't think you all will be facing same problem, because now we are taking the shelter of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita will reveal to you what is life. It will show you, but have some patience for the 80 days. One, inevitable, becomes disturbed and frustrated by life's challenges. Every day there are challenges. So when you take this Bhagavad Gita to our life, it shows the path. Our life will be very happy. Then we don't have challenges. Definitely there are challenges. But the challenges becomes very insignificant to us because our goal is higher. Our goal is ultimate now. The vision itself has been changed by the Bhagavad Gita. That's why from yesterday I was saying, without Bhagavad Gita, there is no life. And you can see here Arjuna's situation. And actually, don't think that Arjuna was in this situation. Krishna made Arjuna to be in this situation so that he can reveal this Bhagavad Gita to conditioned souls like us. Arjuna was the best friend of Krishna. He is his eternal associate. He's just making Arjuna in this position so he can give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to everyone. True? Now you see the position of Arjuna. See, limbs quivering, mouth drying up, mind reeling, unable to stand. Gandiva bow, slipping, skin burning, body trembling, hair standing on end, just because of Swajanam. I said the example of that lady. When having a phone call, she was not even able to hold the phone. The same way Arjuna is not able to hold the Gandiva. Because Swajanam, I should fight against my great-grandfather, my spiritual master. How could I do that? He is what I can say, he is away from his reality. Even he is having so much of strength, so much of power, not able to utilize. Even we have so much of power. Even we are very much potent because we are part and parcel of the Lord. But we recognize ourselves with this body and we think we are very insignificant. No. We can do many things by recognizing what are we or who am I. So for that we need knowledge. In those days, Gurukula, they used to give the knowledge in the very young age. But now we are sending our kids to the slaughterhouse. What is that slaughterhouse? Schools. Sending them to the schools and colleges. It's a slaughterhouse. Killing their reality. Just imposing something different to them. You're not that, you're this, you're this, you're this body, you're this in this way. We are making them to read from the young age training. Now we are all sitting like fools. Always harassed by others, always facing many miserable life challenges, so many things. Something like a tiger among the sheep, like they're all like tigers, but among the sheep, because from the slaughterhouse, what will come out? So that is what they are trained as. Your sheep, your sheep. So now we are thinking, yes, I'm not able to do anything. Once you get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, you will be something like tigers, you'll be roaring like anything. Because you know the reality of life. Who am I? How great am I? Yes. Arjuna decides not to fight because this is our position. Now Arjuna has taken our role. He's saying, see, the points which is he giving, so valid points is giving. Compassion. Shouldn't we show compassion to our relatives, friends, spiritual master, everything? Right, we have to show, no? That's what Arjuna is doing. Loss of enjoyment, definitely. When we kill all our relatives, where the enjoyment will be there? There's no enjoyment. What Arjuna is saying is truth. This is the reasons he is giving. Then, fear of sinful reaction. Definitely, if we kill someone, we'll get the reaction. So it is a sinful reaction. Then, destruction of family tradition is going more higher than that. Now he's saying, all the male will be killed in this battlefield. What will happen to the women who are in the house? They'll become shelterless. No one is there for their shelter. And finally, Varna Sankara will increase. Many will misuse them and there will be Varna Sankara. He's thinking in all the directions. He's saying, though, it is no fit, no use in fighting this battle. Let me not fight. There's no good in this. This is our position. And whatever you say, even a single point is wrong here. But the same point Krishna answers tomorrow. Then you'll understand, oh yes, what Krishna is saying, right? Because we don't have higher knowledge. We think whatever I am thinking is right. Once we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will understand how to show the compassion, where to show the compassion, to whom should I show the compassion. So what is loss of enjoyment, how the sinful actions comes to me, and how the real society is going on, how should I protect, many things you'll be able to understand. Anyhow, in tomorrow itself, Krishna is going to answer all these questions. Now, two types of tolerance. So we should be tolerant in life, but two types of tolerance. Emotional tolerance, emotionally without having any knowledge. That is what we are doing now. Showing weakness due to various attachments, having attachment towards many things. And spiritual tolerance, following Krishna's order to uphold dharma. Yesterday also, as many say that Bhagavad Gita speaks about non-violence. No. Then when you say, oh, it is speaking about violence. No. Bhagavad Gita is speaking about dharma. What is my duty? Eternal duty. What should I do? How should I protect dharma? Oh, these are the things Krishna is teaching. To understand this emotional tolerance, spiritual tolerance, I'll give a small example for you. For example, there was a father who took a small kid, around 6 months or 8 months child. He had huge fever. His body was burning and the child was crying like anything. So he went to the hurry to a doctor. Doctor, please protect my son. He's crying. He's having a fever, high fever. So doctor checks up and she was not able to make out. And she says, first you go and take the blood checkup. Let me see whether it is a dengue, chikungunya or typhoid, whatever. Let us know and do the treatment. And he goes to the nurse. Please do the blood check. And she takes a big syringe, injection, needle. And he sees, what are we going to do? No, we are going to just penetrate into the body of the child, into the nerve. The nerve is very thin, We are going to penetrate into the nerve and just suck the blood. By that blood, we are going to do the check. Just see the father's heart. Now itself, this child is crying with that high fever. And once again, beyond that, this nurse is saying that she's going to inject in this way. It will be more painful to my son. And then finally she says, see, if this is not possible, then from the feet, we will just penetrate in the feet because the child nerve are very small. In the feet, it will be a little bit bigger. So from there, we will take so many things she's explaining. He says, no need. I don't want to trouble my son. He'll take away. Another intelligent father, he comes. He is also having the same kind of a kid. And that kid is also struggling. It's crying. And the nurse is explaining the same explanation. But he's intelligent enough. He's having the spiritual knowledge, higher knowledge. He says, okay, definitely it is painful to my son. I know that. But what is this disease will be rectified so that you can cure the disease. So he does the blood checkup and proper medicine has been given and the child has been cured. Definitely the father gave more pain to the child to protect the life of that child. But the first father, he wanted to not to give the pain to the child. Finally, it might be some dengue, chikungunya, something. He lost his son. This is our position. We are going on our emotions. We are going on our material knowledge. We are not thinking in a higher way. So we are losing our life. We are losing our life. We don't know what is life. That's why many times I say, without Bhagavad Gita, there is no life. We're not able to understand what is life. Actually, Bhagavad Gita says. Yeah? Yes. And now, last point. Chill. Pull from Bhagavad Gita to you all. What is that? Do you have problems in life? Many will say, no problem. Then why to worry? Be happy. No. You don't have problems, be happy. Some will say, yes, I have problem. Then what is that? Do you have solution for that? You have a problem. You have a solution for that. Many will say, yes, I have solution. Then try for it. No. Put some little bit of endeavor and try for it because there is a solution for it. Be happy. And some others will say, no. There's no, yes, for some problems, there is no solution. Then why to worry? There is no, anyhow, you know very well, there is no, for example, you lost your mother, your father, somebody has been expired. There is no solution for it. There is no other alternative. Why to cry then? Accept it. That is your life. One or the other day, they will die. Accept it. Today, the day has come. That's it. Lead your life. Accept the life. Be patient and depend on Krishna. That is the answer for all the questions. Whatever the miseries you have in your life, only one answer. Accept it. That is our life. Yes, you have a solution. Yes, fight back to it. Little bit, yes, painful it is. Little struggle, yes, you can fight back and you can achieve it. You don't have problem, then be happy. If there is a problem, then there is no solution. Be happy. Okay, lead your life, accept it. But depend on Krishna. Minute after minute, step by step, Krishna will protect you when you take shelter. Yeah. Yes. And this is an overview of the first chapter. Today, what all we saw? Mindset of the Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, and the omniscience results we saw, uncertainty and bewilderment. And that bewilderment comes by swachanam. And what happens? The results, turning point. So all those things we saw. He was not even able to hold the hand even. And now he is giving the reasons for this. There's the compassion, loss of enjoyment, fear of sinful reaction, and destruction of family. Yes. And what is for tomorrow? Every day we'll be seeing what are going to be learned from next day's also. That is, how do we manage stressful situation? I hope everyone fits to this topic. Everyone is stressful. Yes, Prabhuji, very much stressful. What to do? Tomorrow, one word answer, one sentence will answer your problem. Okay. Then who am I? Tomorrow we'll be knowing who are we. And two types of duties. What is our duty? What is the prime duty and the secondary duty? And permanent happiness. And I hope everyone needs this result. Permanent happiness. How to achieve that permanent happiness? Tomorrow's session. Okay, now there's a quiz link. I think it has been posted in your group. Please, just right after this session, click on that and attend it. Almost 10 questions will be there. You attend it. And you'll be qualified to get a certificate from ISKCON in the last 18 days. If you attend it all, and it never matters what is your marks. Even if it is 0, not a problem. Only thing, we need your participation. Attend it so that you'll be able to recap what all I've heard, how much I've understood, many things. For the next day, you can raise many questions also. So there'll be an option for feedback and question also. You can question. If you're not asking any question, you not get any question here. Finally, you can ask any questions. So, yeah. Yes. Thank you. Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this is a verse from Kali Sankarana Upanishad. Iti Shodashka Nam Kali Kalmashana Ashanam Natara Pratarupaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. Yesterday also is explaining this. This Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is with 16 syllables. Kali Kalmashanashanam. It removes the contamination of this Kali Yuga. This is the only medicine. No other medicines for this Kali Yuga. It is said in Kali Sankarana Upanishad. That's why we need spiritual mastery in our life. That's why we need some guidance. Without that, how could we understand? We couldn't read all the Vedas and understand what is the purpose of our life or how should I lead our life. Acharyas explain us. Nataro padataro upaya. There is no other way. No alternative for this. Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. When you search all the Vedas, you cannot find a better solution than chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra for this particular Kali Yuga. For Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, there is other mantras and other processes. But for this Kali Yuga, this is the only process. There is no other alternative. Yeah? Yes, Hare Krishna. And this is our Lakshmi Narasimhadev. Pray to him. Any obstacles in the path of our devotional service, definitely he will help us. Then Gandharvika Giridhari, that is Radha Krishna. And now any questions, you can raise the hand. Meanwhile, I think Chandrasekhar Prabhu will do some announcements. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the explanation.
Prabhu.
So today.
Yes, now you can speak.
Yes, Prabhu. So today we'll. Everyone will get the links for a quiz and feedback. So I would like to quickly demo the details how you need to fill up the forms.
Yes.
Let me share my screen. In the meantime, if anyone has questions about session today, you can raise your hand.
Raise your hands.
So, see my screen now, Oji?
Yes.
So this is the form where you need to attend the quiz here. So you need to enter your basic details, like your name will be there. So you need to enter the name like you want it on your certificate, and it should be consistent on all the 18 days. You need to enter your mobile number, okay, as I entered here. And you can also enter email ID if you have it, but it's not mandatory. It can be optional. So once you enter all 3 details, you have a button called next year where we will get all the questions, these questions. Okay. So here there are 10 questions. I'll randomly answer. So these are multiple choice questions. So you need to, I'm just going to click randomly, they're selecting the answers. Okay, so once you select all the answers, so then you can say next again. Yeah, and also after that you have other questions, descriptive questions. So based on your understanding, you can answer. These are not mandatory, optional. Okay, so once you are done with this, you can submit. Once you submit, you will see the score. And you need to make note of this score. Yeah, see, I got 3 out of 10. So you just make note of this. This will be one of the answer you need to put at the time of feedback. There is another form, feedback form. You need to enter this 3 out of 10. So whatever answer, whatever score you get, you need to make note of that. So, and you can also see here the answers, whether you answered correct or wrong. We'll also see that here. See, this first question was correct. The second question was wrong, but we'll also see what is the correct answer for that. So like this, for all the 10 questions, you will have correct answers and incorrect answers along with the correct answers. Okay. Yeah. So like this it is. This is the process to attend the quiz. So now we'll move on to the feedback form. So this is feedback form. So you'll get all in your WhatsApp group. So again, here you need to enter your mobile number, your name and the WhatsApp mobile number. Again, the name needs to be consistent with what you want on a certificate. So here, this is the one where you need to enter your score. So my score was 3 out of 10. Okay, so I selected this. And you also need to enter, like as we started chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra from today. So you need to enter how many rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra you did during the day. So if you have done one, you need to enter one. Okay.
First, you can do the quiz part, and this can be even sent afternoon or evening, something. You can take your time for chanting. 1 round, 2 rounds also you can chant, whichever you want to chant. And then finally you fill this and you can
yeah. And there are 2 options to answer, like how feedback about the quiz as well as the today's session, like on that day's sessions. Like tomorrow, if you are doing it about tomorrow morning session, what you so today, if you are entering, you need to give feedback about today's session, like that. And if you have any queries around the quiz, also you can ask here. So this is the feedback form where you will be entering your score, your details, the number of japa rounds you did, and if you have any questions, you can questions or feedback, you can post it here. Once you submit, it will be submitted. That's it. So this is what
the process every day you have to do.
Yeah.
Answer the quiz and feedback too.
Yeah.
That feedback itself will come to know that how much marks have you got. So all those things. And if you have any questions and feedback, and definitely your feedback matters to us. You can give this your feedback. And it can be genuine, not that always you have to give a good feedback, not like that. Any improvisation also you can tell us. So let us even also try to. Okay, yes. So no questions, then we'll end the session. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Couple of questions when we calling the devotees. They were asking about the videos, whether we can be sharing it. And also this presentation.
I think yesterday we answered it.
Yes. Yeah. Again, in yesterday's call, also people were asking about that, Prabhuji. Can you answer?
So we wanted your seriousness to be participated. For videos, you can go anywhere in YouTube, you'll get all the videos. So that doesn't matter. So for so many days, why didn't you watch? Isn't it? So here we wanted you to come to this Sattva Guna. Anyhow, in coming days, I'll explain all those things. Getting up in the morning, attending it, and being very attentive, because we should be attentive, because when it is a video, you can pause it and your attentiveness is gone. because you are doing at a time 2 or 4 works. So you cannot focus. So videos, definitely we are anyhow recording it. We'll be giving it after the 18-day sessions. You can, this for the second time you can watch. But for the first time, you should be very much attentive, seriously sitting here, taking a notebook and pen, making some notes, all those things. So videos will not be given in between anywhere till the 18 days session. After 18 days, we'll be providing the link of this YouTube, and you can even subscribe for that, and you can see all the videos. Okay, yes.
Yeah, the same way that they were asking about the presentation, whatever you present.
Yeah, presentation also will not be given in this 18 days. When you come with us, you be with us, then definitely that is for the next level or something. Then this presentation also can be shared. Okay. Here, only thing it is something like you're in a school. You should be very strict. Homework will be given, that is the quiz. You have to do it. And only one thing, we don't chastise you or beat you. In the school, they just do that. We don't do that here. But that is your life. Nature does to you. When you don't participate properly, the nature reciprocates to you. You are very sincere and you are doing your duties well, the nature also will reciprocate in the same way to you. The Lord will reciprocate you. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I hope no questions. Actually, when we do Kannada sessions, we are very fair. We say, no questions. That's it. This will be the last question. This will be the last question. Because the time will be keep on going till 8 o'clock, 8:30. Still, they'll be raising their hands. But English, they are transcendental, I think. They are beyond material things. So realized souls. They don't ask any questions. They are so quiet and good. Both are good. But something you have to be learning it, not just keeping quiet also. You have to practice in your life. Okay, anyhow, thank you for participating in today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and wind up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So now I'll give the option to unmute yourself. So you can unmute and say once Hare Krishna and leave the meeting.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Uma Mataji, Hare Krishna. Nandit Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anjana Prabhu, Kuruksetra Prabhu, Rakesh Kumar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Narada Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kavita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mamata Mataji, Hare Krishna. Fine. Thank you to all. Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Chandrasekhar
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Giridhara Prabhu. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you all for joining the session. We'll continue chapter 2 tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
I'm ending the session.